Howdy and aloha. Welcome to Mana Talk. The earth and you are ohana. Howdy and aloha, everyone. This is James with Mana Talk. It is December 12th, 2024. And things are not as crazy as they were, but they're still pretty nutty. I was saying that this was more of a documentary, which it is, of basically what's happening in the world and what's going on. The things that I'm concerned about, which I believe everybody's concerned about. Number one is our First Amendment rights, our Second Amendment rights, which protect the First Amendment. And then there's all the other rights, all the other constitutional rights. I'm a very wants to do whatever I can to let people know what's going on out there. And that's what the show is about. That's what this content is about. This is my 6th YouTube channel due to community community guidelines. And there will be a lawsuit going out to YouTube pretty soon, a class action. People are getting together. I'm just telling you. I will get my old channel back, hundreds and hundreds of subscribers that I used to have. And then when I started spilling the beans or informing people of the flu vid. But nowadays, things are kind of turning a little bit. I guess Mark Zuckerberg just recently pitched in $1 million for Trump's inauguration. I'm a little concerned about that guy, right? Because I'm still suspended on Facebook, but that's going to change. And I'll get my Facebook back. I always get it back. I just got to wait the duration of time. But here's the thing. There are some unsung heroes out there and some people that have been fighting against the tyrannical, authoritarian, global elitist agenda that the Democratic Party has been rolling out for 4 years. And an unsung hero that I've been paying attention to, Representative Harriet Hageman. I thought she was anyway. She's amazing. She goes on C-SPAN, which Democrats don't ever do anymore. They just don't. They don't go on and they don't interview. It's very rare. Good luck trying to find somebody. They used to do it, and then about a year or so ago, they just kind of disappeared. They're never in Congress. They're always on vacation. They're always gone. If you watch every hearing that's ever happening, you might have 2 or 3 in there. It's usually the Republicans that show up and do the job and show up to the chambers. But this lady's been a fierce representative for her constituents. And she gets a lot of shit. You got to watch this. This is really good because she's gonna take. She gets the good and the bad. C-SPAN doesn't discriminate. They let people are gonna say. They say, I want to comment in regards to her policies, and then when they get in, they trash people or whatever the case may be. I've been on C-SPAN a few times, made these phone calls. But you got to hear this.
The effort to destroy Donald, hold him accountable. I think what your frustration is that they cannot actually prove the allegations that are being made. And the only way that they can do so is by cheating, by having a court case that we know is going to be reversed on appeal because the reversible error is absolutely off the charts. Yeah. Again, I was a trial attorney for 34 years, watching these cases play out, watching the judges make these decisions. It has been stunning to me the way they have been willing to manipulate the court system in order to try to railroad Donald Trump.
Brittany also asked about the Gates report, that this is taxpayer funded, that we have the right to see it.
Again, I think that the process has to play itself out. I've not been involved in anything like this before. I'm not the expert in this area. And if they don't typically release the reports, then I think that that's the standard that should continue to be followed.
George, a Republican in Hudson, Florida. You're next, George.
Ray of sunshine.
Wait.
You got rid of that Cheney. I'm glad she's gone, and you're in her place. I wanted to ask you about the.
Well, you got to hear this one. Sorry.
Type of fraud. The judges, the Fani Willis thing down in Georgia. Board business failure. What I'm telling you,
so maybe those
is they
field offices weren't doing what they were supposed to be doing.
Well, Washington D.C. wasn't doing what it should have been doing, because that was Washington D.C. failure. That was over and over again by the FBI in their effort to try to hold that agency accountable.
And all those videos are on our archive, cspan.org. Let's start with Brittany in Washington, D.C., Democrat. Good morning.
Good morning. Do you not think that Donald Trump has not been held accountable for any of the things that he does? I don't know what is going on in the Republican MAGA party, but it just seems like this man can do anything, say anything, and he is never held accountable for anything he does. Everybody else is a liar except him. And my second point is with the Matt Gaetz ethics and with our tax dollars. And secondly, he needs to be vetted in the traditional way so that we can feel comfortable with him being in the highest power.
This was 3 weeks ago. I want you to hear this one, though.
She should be investigated.
For what?
What she did on the January 6th committee. There are several things with the effort to clean out a lot of the.
Let's listen.
Say that they should follow what. So if the evasion that he engaged in is clean out, or it is revenge. Dossier was applied for AI, accountable for that. She did. Number one, is as an attorney, she met information about what President Trump had done, represented by an attorney, and you say upon hearsay upon hearsay upon hearsay.
Would you like to join our conversation? 202-748-8000 if you're a Democrat, 202-748-8001 if you're a Republican, and
Isn't that weird? There's only two. Shouldn't there be another one? Or none at all? Like I've said many, many times, Donald about the polarization and the demographics and the bane of the party politics, the party demographic in a whole, polarizing each other. Everybody, in my opinion, should be an independent, and you just vote for who you believe should be the best candidate. That's just me. Trump, I believe, is the same, praises that. George Washington's farewell letter. Anyway.
202-748-8000.
But there's going to be, like I said, the Democratic Party isn't going to be around next year. Once these hearings start happening and they're going to be transparent, open to the public, all the information is going to be accessible. It's not going to be like a J6 committee where it was one-sided. The defense was not even able to attend. They had defense.
Two, if you're an independent. I want to ask you about this quote from D.C. lawyer Michael Bromowich, and he said, and people they support. They're very scared, and I think for good reason.
Doesn't know what he's talking about. The 2020 behavior. It haven't seen anything before. First of all, stockpiled it all.
And I mean, that was a mass.
Washington, D.C. We brought in people.
Good morning. I just wanted to ask.
Senator Hageman, you are a ray of sunshine. You got rid of that clown.
And that's why we're seeing the
Jamaica, New York. Hi, Dwayne.
Good morning, Mimi. Listening to you, Ms. Hageman, I'm throwing up.
No personal.
10% of our surface is state-owned by the federal government.
Like,
so the impact of these regulatory agencies can have a. So I'm excited by the picks so far, especially in Wyoming. I think these gentlemen are going to be fantastic.
Dwayne is an independent in Jamaica, New York. Hi, Dwayne.
It's baloney.
Good morning, Mimi. Listening to you, Ms. Hageman, I'm throwing up. You know why I'm throwing up? Liz Cheney has more integrity than you would ever have.
Dwayne, let's stick with the.
Dwayne is a cross-dresser. He's probably a pedo. I mean, it's just fucking.
No personal attacks on the guest. So, what did you want to say? Did you want to say something about the January 6th committee?
I was about to say it's not correct. And she also mentioned Mayorkas and Gray. Gates has no integrity, but you're going to defend him over Mayorkas and Gray? Does that make any sense to you?
Well,
Thank you for taking my. Go ahead.
I don't know who Gray is. I'm not familiar with that. Maybe you're saying Ray, Christopher Ray. Having had
He doesn't even know the fucking dude's name. It's so sad and so disgusting, and it's just sad. It's pathetic beyond belief. It's amazing to me. They have no idea what they're talking about. Everybody knows why Gates didn't continue is because there was no information, and what happened was the license or the age of the person he was with was given by Democrats illegally. She had a license on her stating that she was over 18. That gave her access to them. That case is not done yet, because this guy that gave those licenses to all these girls and people that were around, there's a lot more going on with that. But anyway, it's just so in the gray area that he's deciding not to. But he'll probably be a special counsel for Pam Bondi. I'm pretty sure.
Had the opportunity to question both Mayorkas and Ray, as well as Merrick Garland in our committee hearings. I can assure you that I have personal experience in dealing with their dishonesty and their refusal to actually provide information to Congress in our oversight of.
Yeah, just tons of stonewalling, and I'm trying to just to remind you, stonewalling means that I'm subpoenaing information, I'm asking, coming up with new words and phrases, and I'm questioning those, going, so where are you basing that information on? Where are you getting those sentences or phrases or words from? And how are you coming up with those conclusions or that perspective? Do you have documentation? They don't. It's all pontification. It's all propaganda. It's just crazy amount of just, like I said, you throw out a lie so many times, people start to believe it. And that can happen on both sides. I get it. But in this particular case with the FBI and the CIA and all these other departmental, just out of control, too much power departments, it's just out of control. It's just too much. And people need to understand that we can't have good for us, but better for the global elitists that they actually work for. But let me hear this. But it's just amazing what that guy is able to say.
Mayorkas and Gray. Gates has no integrity.
Look at
Liz Cheney has more integrity than you will ever have.
The warmongering Liz Cheney, right? Her and Rachel Maddow are like neck and neck with each other. It's crazy. Yeah, so I'm just letting you know, this woman has done a lot of great things. She's been
CBO director come to Congress to testify.
I'm not aware of any time that he has. I assume that it's happened, but I sure haven't met the gentleman.
I've never seen him. How many times?
It just came out yesterday, which is before we were even back in session, despite the fact that they've had this bill for several months.
Isn't that crazy? I mean, we struggle to get 3 days to read a bill here, and then on the last day, in the last 24 hours, the CBO comes up with something to throw everything out of whack.
Intentionally so, I would argue.
Would the gentleman yield to me for 1 second?
No.
Yeah. I'll just kind of bring it up here so you can see what they do. The CBO, what is the role of the CBO? Chief Business Officer is responsible for managing the administrative, financial, and operations of the organization. The role of this position often combines roles of Chief Administrative Officer, Chief Financial Officer, and Chief Operating Officer. Wow, that's up there. That's a lot to deal with, and they don't even know who they've never seen this guy. this is the way this administration, I mean, what they tell you and what they're actually doing is just nuts. 10 things to know about the CBO Congressional Budget Office. It's nuts. And she's clearly stating, oh fuck, what was that guy's name again? I keep forgetting what his name is. Hold on. Massey. That's Massey, yeah. It's just nuts. This is the way they've been stonewalling. This is the way. Oh, you can't see that. God damn it. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you should be able to see it. There you go. Yeah, Massey, by the way, was on Jimmy Dore. I'm not saying Jimmy's going full Republican. I'm just saying that he's open to listen to the other side. There are some Republicans, like Matt Gaetz, like MTG, like Harriet, like Massey, like a few others, not including Lindsey Graham, not including Mitch McConnell, right? Not including Mitt Romney. And hear what they have to say. There are conservative Republicans, questionable conservative Republicans, like Mike Johnson, and McCarthy obviously was one as well, Kevin McCarthy. But they also have the deep state participant with the patch in his eye. I keep forgetting that guy's name. I don't know. But the point is she's been diligent and done some great things to help this country. Like Matt Gaetz, Hageman, MTG, Gates, not Laura, maybe Laura. Anyway, I'm trying to remember Laura's last name. Lauren. Anyway, single line. That's probably one of the greatest things or the best processes that anybody could ever bring to Congress. Inside of a bill with a bunch of pork for their lobbyists, their donors, their campaign, all this other crap, all their elbow grease people. One line indicates where people really stand. But what happens is, like she's saying, the Democrats have done this many times. They'll give them, on the same day, hours before there's supposedly a vote, a bill packed with a bunch of fucking pork, and it's 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 fucking pages long. What the fuck? And they're supposed to vote on it, basically because somebody said, yes, that's what you should fucking do. No. It should be single line. If it's 200 pages, 300 pages, let them go through it. That's their job. You're going to find out a lot of stuff that's going to be happening pretty soon. And you're going to see the waste. This country is going to be exposed for what it basically is. A fucking show. Theater show. And Trump's pissed. Of course he's pissed. Of course he's going to fucking go ballistic on everybody that slandered him, liable, defamation of character, tried to throw him in jail, left, all this, just tons of shit. Shot at him. You bet your ass he's just going through the motions right now, people. But he's going to make sure that it's going to be all transparent. They're not going to hide anything. I mean, Liz Cheney, blah, 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 blah. They found, Trump didn't fucking reach and grab somebody and all this other shit. It was all bullshit. And then at the end, when the Republicans at the end got all the information and they were finally able to see a lot of the stuff that was coming out, they were asking questions. They were asking for debates. They were trying to get information from the Democratic J6 committee. And guess what Liz Cheney does? She fucking gets rid of it all. She gets rid of it all. Like countless hours of videos, just all kinds of stuff. Just gone. Documents, emails, dumps it. That's democratic. Is that transparency? Is that something that the public needs to see? Fuck yeah. They just made a big show about this shit. Anyway, and there are a few Rhipiglican chip boys up there. Byron Donaldson's up there. He's fucking it. The entire Democratic Party, there's nobody there. They're all a bunch of fucking pedo predator class elitist bitches. All of them. I've researched it all. I've been through all the information. It's the World Economic Forum's playbook. It's it. The World Health Organization's playbook. That's it. It's really sad. It's really sad. This New World Order, Great Reset shit wasn't a joke. It was real. It was as real can be, and it's been proven over and over and over and over and over again. All right. Speaking of J6, we're going to dive into this cat here coming up. Let me see. Is it this guy? Let's get rid of that so I don't get confused here. Yeah, so this came out recently. Let me just show you this. Make sure you guys can see it. All right, good.
This is a pretty big piece of news to kick off the show today, Sandra. I'm John Roberts in Washington. The report reveals that there were a total of 26 confidential human sources in the crowd that day.
David Spunt is live from the Justice Department. He has got the news for us. David.
Sandra, 3 of those were authorized and tasked by the FBI to be there on January 6, 2021. We're coming up on 4 years since that day of the Capitol riot. This IG report specifically focuses on the FBI's handling of confidential human sources, or as we know them, FBI informants. For years, the outgoing FBI director, Chris Wray, has been pressed on reports of undercover agents. According to this new report, there were no undercover FBI agents. However, there were 3 confidential human sources tasked by the Bureau to be in the crowd on January 6th to specifically watch what the report states is concerns over domestic terrorism. Out of those 3, Sandra and John, 1 entered the Capitol, 2 others entered a restricted area. The report says the FBI did not encourage or authorize any sources to go into the building or a restricted area. In addition to the 3 confidential human sources, the FBI told there were 23 that were there on their own. Now, they had worked with the FBI in the past on other cases, but not specifically.
23 on their own.
Area. In addition to the 3 confidential human sources, the FBI told there were 23 that were there on their own. Now, they had worked with the FBI in the past on other cases, but not.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys remember this guy?
Riot on camera, planning an insurrection, encouraging a breach of the Capitol complex. That man's name is Ray Epps. Now, the New York Times noted that Epps was videotaped on both January 5th and January 6th, urging protesters to storm the Capitol. Here it is.
We need to go in. We're going to go to jail for, okay? Tomorrow, we need to go into the Capitol.
Listen to what they start saying. Listen to what they start saying.
The Capitol. Peacefully. Fed. Peacefully. Fed. The Capitol's this direction.
Now, in a lot of ways, that's the strangest video to emerge from January 6th. We played it several times in this show. Quote, we need to go into the Capitol, Ray Epps tells the crowd. He says it repeatedly. He's so emphatic about it, encouraging other people to commit a crime.
So what if there were 26 of these guys? Right? And some other footage, which I think is really important for you guys to see, which I couldn't find, but I'll did it on one of my shows in the past. It showed the Capitol Guard on that day on the roof of the Capitol, or the area they were breaching. Before they breached, they were shooting tear gas behind them, forcing them closer to the Capitol. I had that footage. I just didn't want to spend time fucking looking for it, but I have it, and I know it's there. And that was prior to the breach, to the gates coming down. More information too, and let's not forget this here, right? Oh shit, that's me. Look at me. I was holding up the American flag in the ceremony of my graduation, and it's blurry because it's like 92. God, my sister, not very good at using. Right here, watch this. You're going to love this. Let's start from the beginning on this one. Wait. This one's better right here. All right. These were posted on YouTube, and they're not there anymore because they want to let people see it, but mine's so blurry they can't really pick it up. But watch.
Hey, glad to see you guys.
Hey, what's that guy? See? Who is this guy? To the left. Watch. I guarantee you.
Glad to see you guys.
That guy just lets him in. That door is gigantic, and it's locked by, and there's only one person that has that code. Nancy Pelosi and a few other people. But watch.
Glad to see you guys.
Let him in. He's just walking with him. Hey, man, it's cool. Come in and check it out. Right there. That guy. Yeah. Something's going on here, guys. I'm good, thank you. All right, he's just the frickin'. This is from the New Yorker.
Glad to see you guys. You guys are fucking patriots. Look at this guy.
Glad to see you guys. It's like, what are these guys doing in here already?
Hey, man. Glad to see you guys. You guys are fucking patriots. Look at this guy.
You guys are patriots. Wait, hold on. What does it say? He doesn't know who these guys are. They're not part of his entourage. I will guarantee you.
Glad to see you guys. You guys are fucking patriots. Look at this guy.
God bless you. You need to be all right. You think you all right? He's asking if this guy's all right. I don't see the blood. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. I got shot in the face with some kind of plastic bullet. Oh, okay. Any chance? I've been making sure they ain't disrespecting the place.
First of all, they walk in with the cop with them.
I got that from Ryan Christian. From the Last American Vagabond. He did a good expose on this one. Here's another one. What did he say? Any chance I could what? Any chance I could get your wings? We will. Oh, he's saying, yeah, we'll go. To leave the Senate wing? This is an interesting conversation. Are you watching this, people? I saved this video. God, man, I'm telling you. Oh, shit. I don't think you saw most of it. Let me fix this. Oops, my bad. So you can see it. Oh shit. From beginning. And then the other one. Fuck yeah, man. Just let them ride.
sure that I disrespected him once. Okay, I just want to let you guys know this is like the sacredest place.
That's nuts. You guys saw it, right? And there's so much information that's going to come out next year. I'm just letting you all know that it's going to, I don't know, old-fashioned, that they don't use technology very well, right? They don't use the stuff that's readily available that the Demoncrats have been taking advantage of, like Facebook and Twitter, and before Twitter became here. This is all live information that came out. This is from the New Yorker. Right? I'm freaking telling you. I am freaking telling you. What else we got? Capital. And I mean, it was nuts because they were just all over that. Let's watch this.
News to get to. Prosecutors say military veteran and Oath Keepers chapter president Ray Epps should face just 6 months of jail time for his alleged role.
Okay, hold on.
Attorney Michael Gordon said in the 29-page sentencing memo that Epps committed felonious conduct that day, but prosecutors acknowledged that Epps was targeted by an alleged conspiracy theory that, quote, falsely suggested he was an undercover government agent during the riot, per NBC News.
Prosecutors said, quote, other than his 4 years in the Marines, Epps has never been a federal agent. In the aftermath of the alleged conspiracies forced Epps to sell his business, move to a different state, and live reclusively. Epps is scheduled to be sentenced next week.
Yes, so I see a lot of conservative chatter about this, the government's case, he cooperated, etc. There has been a long theory promulgated by some conservatives that he was a government asset. No evidence of that has ever been presented.
Oh, it's coming out. That will come out. Clay Higgins, that's the guy I want to look up real quick. Clay Higgins, J6.
Responded. Last year, you might recall, sir, our exchange regarding the FBI's involvement on January 6th and prior. I'm happy to jog your memory to quote, according to the record, I asked you, did you have confidential human sources dressed as Trump supporters positioned inside the Capitol on January 6th prior to the doors being opened? You responded, I quote, again, I have to be very careful of what I say. To which I said, it should be a no. Can you not tell the American people no? We did not have confidential human sources dressed as Trump supporters positioned inside the Capitol on January 6th. A year has passed. We sit here again a year later, we the people, still do not have a definitive answer from you or anyone else in the Biden administration regarding the FBI presence and participation in the months leading up to the November election and in the weeks and days prior to January 6th and on January 6th here in D.C. We can't get...
They're stonewalling. And this has been this administration's fucking MO, modus operandi. I mean, it's just stonewall, lie, cheat, rig, stonewall. It's just amazing. And I'm still fucking amazing as hell. There are people out there with their Harris Walt stickers on, still on their vehicles. But they're going to rip those things off as soon as these hearings start getting information. Because I guarantee you somebody's holding the information. Somebody. Right, let's listen to the rest of this.
Harvested and reviewed over the course of the last year, which you will see. In September, Stephen D'Artano, formerly in charge of the FBI's field office in Washington, D.C., testified to the House Judiciary Committee that he was aware the FBI informants would attend the Stop the Steal rally thrown on January 6th. You confirmed that the FBI had confidential human sources at the Stop the Steal rally on January 6th here in D.C., sir?
Congressman, as we've discussed before, I'm not going to get into where we have or have.
Answer. That's cool. We're watching.
Mr. Chairman, may I answer the question?
Your moment will come. This is my time. Earlier this year, an FBI informant who is reported to have, quote,
their moment will come. I am telling you, for him to sit there, Clay Higgins from Louisiana, for that representative to sit there and go, our time will come. You go and say whatever you fucking want. Right? Right? Say whatever you want. But let me just, you know what's interesting? Is I'm just going to type in a little thing here. Christian. Oh my gosh, look at that. FBI Director Ray to resign before Trump takes office. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy? Wow. I wonder why he's going to resign. Why would you need to resign, Christopher Ray? Why would you need to resign, bro? If you bullshit answers that everything was on the up and up, or fair, or transparent, or not criminal. It's gonna be a fucking. I gotta be careful how I say this. What you're going to start. Trump gets inaugurated. I pray to God he fucking makes it. They're these Demoncrats and these motherfucker class puppet tool pieces of shit are going to do whatever they can to stop all these investigations, and they'll take down a group of people, they'll take down a city of people, they'll take down a county of people, they'll probably even take down a fucking state to stop it, because they're in serious trouble, and they know it. They couldn't pull this off. We're good. No, you just bring on the tyrannical authoritarianism, and we'll just fucking bend the knee, or bend over, basically. The child trafficking is going to come. Lay it out well, so that it's transparent. Documents are available. Everything's in the up and up. Everything's going to be at your disposal, because we're going to reveal it all together. It's all going to be together. Democrat and Rhipiglican Democratic supporters and Republican people and, social, whatever. Bernie Sanders people. It doesn't fucking matter. We're all going to witness it together. And you're going to say, are you fucking kidding me? Mark my words. These words will come out of your mouth. Holy fuck. Which is that a bad word? Like a God bad word? Like one of the 10 Commandments? Say the words to God. No, it's not. You're going to say, oh, you're going to have the Stockholm Syndrome deniable. You're going to be in denial. You're going to be completely in denial. You're not going to want to watch the TV. You're going to turn off everything. No, I don't want to know. No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. That's going to fucking happen. It's going to happen. I'm telling you. And then you're going to be at work, or you're going to be around somebody, and somebody's going to go, hey, Bob, did you hear about they exposed what happened to that J6 committee? Did you hear about what they exposed at a party? Did you hear about that, Bob? Right? Or whoever. And I'm just picking Bob as a name. But it's fucking there, man. It's gonna be if they do it right, we'll just keep going. And I'm talking not one domino, two, I'm talking hundreds, maybe thousands of dominoes are going to fall. People that are in the media, in city, state, council, everywhere. You're going to see just, it's almost like an ice deep and complicit criminal activities by Democratic representatives, Democratic Party representatives. It's going to happen. There's pretty much enough information out there already, but there's going to be a lot of smoking guns, and all that stuff. Real stuff that you can look up for yourself. It's not going to be manufactured. People might say it's whatever. And it's going to be out there, and you'll be able to see it. It's nuts. Remember, and everybody needs to remember, the global predator class people, they don't, the predator class, globalist predator class, they have planted, kind of like MK Ultra schmucks in a sense, or people that have been coerced or framed, or they have evidence, or Epstein Islanded them to death, or not to death, but Epstein Island them, and if you kind of understand what I'm saying. So they have information on them that they expose. So they do their bidding. They do the bidding of the global predator class. That's it, and they're all over the world. When Klaus Schwab said, "We are proud that we have penetrated the World Economic Forum," that is probably the scariest, most alarming, and if you need it, just find it, look for it, but the most alarming and concerning phrase by just some unelected, what the fuck is that? Foundation guy from fucking Switzerland or whatever, from Germany or whatever the fuck he is. Which, Klaus Schwab and his family and his father, they come from the Third Reich, and everybody. I knew your internet connection is failing. We need to get you Starlink. My internet has been blipping out. Really? Maybe I got too much stiff stuff up. You know what's weird is the OBS here used to have an indicator, and I maybe got rid of it or something that would show the strength. I used to have that little indicator on my bottom right of my OBS. You know what? I'll show you a screenshot here. I'm going to do a screenshot and show you. But anyway, what I'm saying, it's if they do it right, and if they can get Trump to the inauguration, and it looks like senators have all decided, hey, we don't want to lose, we don't want to get primaried out of these positions. We're going to go ahead and let out people. This lady, Just a Thought, and then you got Brian from High Impact Films, which he doesn't vote either, which when I hear about that, people just don't go and vote. You don't have any say in anything. You really don't. If you're not fucking voting, you don't mean shit. You don't have a voice. You don't. But if you don't go out and use that last tiny little speck of power that you still have as an American citizen, then you're not doing anything for anybody. Kids grow up and you watch them start to do things. You become more concerned about their future. And then you get as old as me and you get grandkids, you start to be very concerned about your kids and your grandkids. So now you're really concerned about what the fuck are these people going to have to go through. This $37 trillion worth of fucking debt. To lay it out very well, He's going to have different areas and different sections, in a sense, making sure that it's people aren't overwhelmed and bombarded. But he's going to go. He's going to fucking put the pedal to the metal, and he's going to fucking NHRA like a 4-second back so fucking fast and blow everybody's doors, and people are just gonna go, what the fuck? Because everybody's gonna start to see the real cancer, the real plague, the real destructive individuals, the real criminals that are out there. You know, P. Diddy is just, that's good to know, you know, Jay-Z and, you know, they're all a bunch of fucking weirdos. I mean, look, I've told you guys, I've been to Hollywood parties with some pretty crazy shit happening. And I've been to Beverly Hills parties and Bel Air parties and Newport Coast parties and Laguna Hills parties. And I've seen some fucking weird shit. And I'm telling you, this is not those things that P. Diddy and all those fucking people did, right? I can tell you right now, that was common, just common. So these people are fucked because now people have cell phones, right? When I was watching this, when I was younger, I think there was pagers around, so nobody was really fucking, you know, doing too much. But now people have cell phones, people have videos, people are fucking whatever. So those people are fucked. But yeah, it's gonna be a fucking ride. Just prepare yourself. Just prepare yourself. And you're going to see people leave the country. You're going to see flight risks happen. You're going to see many people. They're going to be handcuffed. It's going to happen. People are actually going to go to jail now. People are actually going, and not on frivolous charges. Not the shit that fucking Trump has gone through, which is the largest pile of crap I've ever seen. There's nothing viable, something provable. The real estate deal was the worst. You know, and then Jon Stewart does the fucking same thing, and even worse of a nature, you know, Jon Stewart from The Daily Show. I mean, fuck, it's just nuts. Letitia James, she's gone. Just remember, it all started with Russiagate. Right? All right, so let me go. Just going to go here real quick and look at a couple things. Here. And look at some of this post. Here's Harriet, put that here. That begs every single one of these conspiracy theories. You're going to notice that there's going to be a lot of, what does this pertain to? Yeah. Basically, what you're going to see here, people, make sure you can see that. Let me make it a little bigger so you can actually see it. Is you're going to see the conspiracy theories, and like I've said, and I think Jimmy Dore brought it up a few times, conspiracy theories in the past 4 years are just basically spoiler alerts, right? You know it. I know it. We all know it now if you've been paying attention. But yeah, he's going to come back and he's going to start, because she's going to be acquitted of that. She's not going to, they coerced her and got her bad. But anyway, I forget her name. Nancy, it was a Margaret or Lisa Powell. It was Powell and Giuliani. They were doing Stop the Steal. And then all of a sudden, the FBI, she's now just total and absolute spoiler alert. All right, let me see what else I got here. I just wanted to go for you in case I missed something. Because this is kind of like my documentary and stuff I put up. Pre-reader blockers are a horrific crime against children, and those who push them are criminals. Absolutely. Right? Absolutely. The left-wing government in Britain announced today that it is banning puberty blockers as a treatment for gender dysphoria in children under 18. Gender dysphoria? Who the fuck? What the fuck, man? What the crap? Right? I told you, the reason why they wanted that, because they get money for the surgeries, Big hospital makes a bunch of money. This big psychology or therapist and counselors and all this other bullshit crap fuckers, they make money on their prescriptions that they are able to write for people. And Big Pharma gets a big piece of decrease the population because that's part of what their goal is. And it also helps them to keep us polarized. Right? It kills many. That one. It's like that one stone that takes out a lot of birds, And I went through that, like the COVID stone segment, and you should get the link. It's in the comments below. That's how I got my first channel taken down, because I was going in that direction and providing information. I was providing information, my perspective, my theories. I was having people on. We were debating. We were talking. We were trying to get to the bottom of what was going on with Agenda 201 and a few others. What was that other one? It was the papers, the SPARS document. Yeah, SPARS document. SPARS files or something like that. Let me see. Eric Schmidt's going to town. Good for him. Van's Pipeline Masters going on. This is the Democratic Party. The pot calling the kettle black. Just complete hypocrisy. Just, God. It's just overwhelming sometimes. Right? And then Medicare premiums spike after Biden-Harris rated fund for Green New Deal. Just, of course. Motherfuckers. Percentage of agricultural land, what's that? What the fuck, Joe Biden? 20, and the few of them are pretty radical. Joe Biden just pardoned multiple Chinese spies and an individual convicted of possessing child pornography. There you go. 39 more days until this crap is over, right? Everybody's just counting the fucking days. Everybody's just counting the days. And I was looking for this. What the list of the people he's pardoning? I want to see what their convictions are and stuff. Their felonies are. That's a lot of fucking people, and he probably left out. You know what sucks about the pardoning is there's probably going to be somebody in that pardoning group, especially 1,500 fucking people. There's going to be a group of people in that pardon group that other people that are currently in jail right now have had the same thing happen to them, identical, or have done the same criminalistic or action and been prosecuted, are not getting pardoned. This happens every maybe thousands of people that have violated the law, like Hunter Biden, are sitting in jail right now going, Hunter Biden got pardoned, but I did similar, but a lot less of it, and didn't really do it, and whatever the case may be, and they're still in jail. It's just, it should be a retrial to give that person maybe better counsel, or doing it in a different state or law, or just, you know what I mean? I mean, if people have done heinous, bad, fucking terrible, kill, rape, whatever, crimes, whatever, I get it. Do not pardon these fucking people. 85-90% of the time has to do something physically to protect herself from an abusive man, and even a woman against a woman, abusive woman against another woman. And then they're put in jail because there was no other recourse. There was no other thing they could do. They were backed in the corner, and they had to whatever. Those need to be redone. Are the same people, Bears, owners, Monsanto. Yeah, it's all the same. Yeah. So House Bill 4288, Big Pharma and Big AG's hidden agenda needs to be looked at. Understood that the food is poisoning you because it creates customers for Big Pharma. That's not the only reason. It's not the only. See, Tom Renz, I think I've I've gotten a response from him on Twitter, when it was Twitter, a while back. And I said, no, bro, they're just trying to kill everybody. That's it. And you know, like I've been trying to warn everybody, right? If you look at the Deagle report, and that's pretty been the Deagle, Deagel, I think. The Deagle report, Deagle.com. And they took down some of it, but I was able to copy some of that. I have it actually on my blog. But that showed that this year and it was last year and this year, we were supposed to be down to from 8 billion down to like 6 billion people on the planet. Really. Their goal, let me just keep going through here. Their goal, oh here, this is a good one. I got it. That's, you know,
House Bill 4288 would extend legal immunity to chemical manufacturers whose products are used on our food, similar to what vaccine manufacturers have been blocking labeling lawsuits. This is absurd and a gift to the big pharma, big ag complex that is terrified of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Make America Healthy Again. Tell me about this in closing.
Yeah, so this is more of my future prediction stuff, right? So Bayer Pharmaceutical owns Monsanto. Monsanto are the guys that made Roundup. Roundup is the big pharma now owns big ag. They're the same companies. The vaccine makers for humans are also the vaccine makers for your cows and your pigs that you eat, right? So what we have now is a situation where seeds are designed, food is poisoned by the same people who make the medicine that cure it. So what we're going to see over the coming years, and if Bobby does his job well, we'll get to the bottom of this. But what we're going to see, and again, to create food that makes you sick. It makes you sick, and then you go from the big ag side of the major corporation to the big pharma side, where you get the medicine for the illness that was created by the unhealthy food that they're creating. It creates an endless cycle.
The cycle of absolute, and here's, let's listen to Scott Jensen.
I'm Dr. Scott Jensen, and I am not exaggerating when I tell you, if you're a patient, your doctor,
I don't care who
your
you
insurance
are.
company, your clinic, your hospital, we can all get paid more if we make you sicker. And I think you need to understand that. I've thought about doing this video for some time, but I'm a little nervous because I don't really want to get myself in any more hot water than I already am. But I'm going to say it again. If I make you sicker, I'll very likely get paid more. And I want to just unpack this a little bit. So I'm going to talk sort of quickly. I'm not giving you medical advice. Please see your own doctor for that.
You don't have to go through it all, bro. I'm not going to wait 17 minutes for you to explain that, but that's very obvious. That's where they're at. Oh, Nancy, she gets a sprain in her arm. I mean, a serious attack, and mainstream media does nothing, of course. The Taliban has got, here's a good one. The Taliban has gotten, I mean, for fuck's sakes, man. Oh my God. Okay, again, go watch Charlie Wilson's War with Tom Hanks. Okay? Charlie Wilson's War. That's how Osama bin Laden. Let me just go back to here. Snark said, "Are you getting?" Yeah, I don't know. I think it's been bipping in and out. I was checking my prior videos, and all of a sudden I'd be talking, and then it would stop and change to something else. Maybe I was looking for something. I don't think. Most psychologists get paid $65 an hour. Yeah, they also get kickbacks, and they get tickets, and they get trips, and they get all-inclusive paid vacations from these pharmaceutical companies and these what do they call it? Pharmaceutical reps, right? You have no idea how well taken care of these people are from big pharma and that industry. That's the process now. You become. You don't work for the people. You don't cure anything. You don't heal anything. You don't help anybody. all you do is keep the disease, keep the fracture, keep the whatever. They don't like broken bones too much, I'm just telling you, because those things heal, right? But they like sprains and surgeries, and just surgeries are just, once you dive into that body with a foreign thing, it's not good for most people. Then it's not very successful. I'm just telling you. Try to find other means. The body is an amazing structure. Once, me, I'm a big Samoan. My vertebrae is a little bit bigger than most. I can handle a lot of shit, right? I can handle my own weight pretty good. But this is just nuts. I mean, the stuff that we're having to see. Let me see, cat. Oh, here's a good one. And there's a LeBron James steps away from the Lakers for personal reasons. I wonder why that is. I wonder why LeBron James steps away. White coat parties or whatever they call them. Oh my God, this is getting really. Yeah, you got to see. This is P. Diddy. I'm gonna tell you who P. Diddy is. Okay, let me tell you who P. Diddy is. P. Diddy, his actual name. But anyway. He is the Black Epstein with the Black Epstein Islands. Does that make sense now? That's what he did. That's what he was doing. Right? That's what his job was. Yeah. I'm just telling you, these people fucking think ahead, man. They're playing 3D chess and about 20 fucking spaces ahead. And then, of course, Snoop says F you to Trump, even though it's interesting that he really used to like Trump. And then here he is right there. Oh, God. That guy he's got crack pipe smoker all over him. Oh, there he is. I wonder why he doesn't like Trump anymore. Interesting. Yep, there it is. And then, good meme right there. But here's the reality of it, which people understand later. The globalist totalitarian state, I'm glad that Elon Musk is putting this up, this little meme. I'm glad that he's doing that. What we got? To get help, and then Snork got in here. To get help after the California symbolic earthquake, do you have to have a picture of your Harris wall sign to get? I read that earlier. That's a good one, Snork. That's why I reposted that. Extremely true. America gun emojis keep Earth safe. So here's the global totalitarian. It should be like a lava. It should be like hot lava. It over and over and over again. The United States was the last, is still the last stronghold. And to say was the last stronghold would have meant that Kamala and Walls are still in. Because they were just going to hand over this country to the global pedo-predator class. And if you don't fucking understand that, just ask. Just ask. And I'll send you all the information in layman's terms so you can understand it. Okay? And then you'll get it. And you'll go, holy fuck. Yeah, that is a good meme right there for sure. That is a good meme right there for sure. Oh, yeah. So here's, going back, here's the American public deserves the list of people that were actually pardoned and the list of the people that he will pardon or pre-pardon, which is kind of weird to me. Is that even possible to pre-pardon? I've never heard of that before. I think that can be overturned, right? I'm hoping that can be overturned. So I was in here, and here's part of the list, but I wanted to find out where you got this list from. I was trying to find this picture. I guess it's in this other one I have. Let me just check here. Just look real quick, because I'm briefing me statements. See if there's a link for this. There it goes right there. Fact sheet, President Biden announces clemency for nearly 1,500 Americans. During Pardons Day, were convicted of nonviolent crimes, including drug offenses, and have turned their lives around. Okay. These individuals are parents, veterans, healthcare professionals. Okay, good. Let's see. I don't think there's a link for it. Maybe there is at the bottom here. Nope, there's not. Clemency. Nope. Is it here? Clemency. Oh, here's the list. Clemency receipt list. Yeah, Alan. How was? Oh, you get to read all this. Is a 40-year-old woman who pleaded guilty to nonviolent offenses at the age of 24. After her conviction, she completed a master's program and worked as a licensed substance use disorder counselor. She volunteers in her community. Oh, okay. I wonder where did Natita Nicole, Michael Gary Pelletier, 67-year-old, 30 times. Yeah, this is, why are these people in the first place? National Defense Medal of Honor Awards, pled guilty to a non-violent drug offense. I mean, I don't, is it fentanyl? I mean, it doesn't. These are very. I don't know what these are drug offenses. Non-violent offense, convicted of a non-violent offense. I mean, is it, when you're embezzlement? Is it like embezzlement? It doesn't say what these people did. Non-violent drug offense. Is fentanyl non-violent? I don't know. I'm hoping it's just pot. If it's pot, fuck, for sure. I wonder. I'm gonna see. Just kind of look and see who this person is. See if we can. Who did? Private bill one of my 38 apartment. Fucking clickbait. This is a single day active at closing last year. Forgot their non-violent offenses. Yeah, it doesn't say anything what they did though. I want to know what they did. I wonder if that's ever exposed. I don't see it in there. But who? Okay, let me see here. But those who received the pardons would have to accept them. New California Senator Adam Schiff, who was a part of the House Committee investigating the violent insurrection, said such a pardon from Biden would be unnecessary, and that the president shouldn't be spending his waning days in office worrying about this. Oh, so screw the J6 people. Yeah, that's fucking bullshit. What a bunch of dicks. They're just a bag of dicks, these fuckers. No sense. Okay. All right, let's get out of here. Yeah, I just pre-pardon. Is that it? I gotta look this up. I think I have it. Can the president pardon? Preemptive pardons. Christian Science Monitor. Preemptive. Preemptive. Wait, hold on. Shit. Control. Pardon. Okay.
After President Biden gave his son Hunter an expansive pardon, legal experts have questioned how a president's pardon power could be used moving forward. That includes questions about the possible use of preemptive pardons. To discuss, I'm joined now by Kim Whaley. She's a professor at the University of Baltimore School of Law and author of the book Pardon Power: How the Pardon System Works and Why. Kim Whaley, welcome back to the NewsHour.
Hello, great to be here.
So before we move into some of the questions that folks have now, I want to start with that pardon by President Biden of his son. It's drawn mixed reviews, even from members of his own party.
Well, it doesn't fall in the category of a self-dealing pardon. Hunter Biden's not someone that there's a concern that he'll go on to commit violent crimes or even additional crimes. He paid back his tax liability with interest. The gun charge was for a very low-level offense that both of those, he had relapsed into his addiction after the death of
this is PBS. They're so compromised.
his brother Beau. So it appears to be that the president is anticipating vengeance or retaliatory investigations or prosecutions of it.
PBS turned off their, back in 2021, they turned off all their comments. They turned them off. I used to be able to comment, but a lot of the Democratic supporting social media people, they don't want people to see what the truth is. It's just
his son under the next Trump administration, which of course Donald Trump has been very public about his plans to use the Justice Department for that reason. And the Supreme Court last summer in its immunity decision.
You're right. President-elect Trump has previously said that he wants to use law enforcement to target some of his political enemies. Just this week, he said that members of the January 6th committee should go to jail.
Yeah, absolutely. You see how they spill this? Like of using the justice system to target one man? No, that didn't happen. All this stuff just kind of fell in their laps. But what's interesting is now you're starting to see a lot of this stuff just fizzle away. Jack Smith, Letitia James, all these fucking counts of this and that, all just fizzling away because they were fraudulent. They were farcical. Activity. It was all to interfere with an election.
About this issue of preemptive pardons, whether or not President Biden should issue those. What do you make of those calls for preemptive pardons, and is it legal to do so?
We've been coining a new term, preemptive pardons, in the last few days. You could call them immunity pardons or protective pardons.
Oh, they just created this. There it is. They just coined the new phrase.
Pardons or a safe harbor pardons. Again, it seems to be the idea is in response to a troubling projection for the use of the Department of Justice. And in that immunity case, the court made clear or underscored that the pardon power is core. So I think it would be very difficult to challenge legally a preemptive or prospective pardon for these folks. There are, of course, complicating factors in that regard. They might not.
Oh, wow. See, there it is. They made that shit up. They made that shit up. The Demoncrats made up. That's a new term. Just out of fucking nowhere. You can't do it. Nobody's done it. You pardon people when you're in. You preemptive, so when you're gone and out. But this is how this isn't going to work for them, because we're going to find out that Joe Biden and his entire administration was a illegitimate. Stop the Steal started picking up on what you guys remember, the cardboard over the glasses, people not being able to see. To watch the voting processes. You remember how COVID extended the counting process for change the results, the ballots, the marked ballot. I mean, it was just so obvious, and I have all the information to show how that worked. Anyway, I've got a slide on that I do to basically create the insurrection. And to the actual insurrection of taking over the Capitol, to actually taking over the White House, and it was amazing. It was fucking. They stocked up on all their people. They did everything how they wanted to. It was. I'll be back, motherfuckers. So hopefully, if he does the right thing, which I hope he does, is he'll make sure that the illegitimacy of the Biden administration completely will negate any preemptive new fucking term of preemptively. I usually leave Starlink for my son's high-speed video. Oh, okay. I switched over to the Starlink connection, and I am seeing it there too. Yeah, it's kind of what it kind of blips in and out. All right, I'm not going to keep going through I could go through my freaking Twitter like for days, man. I'm telling you. There's just so much shit in there going on. Oh, this is good right here. Right here. I got to say this one, though. So Trump, this is the same day Trump becomes Person of the Year, right? On that same day, autism, right? And then I say, and this is so obvious. Thank you for confirming Trump is correct. Besides the Person of the Year front page, we all know that 98% of all the Times posts, prints, or says is a lie, wrong, or pure propaganda. Again, thanks for the confirmation. Yeah, it's just anytime you see something from New York Times, The Times, PBS, CBS, CNN, I would say at least 98% of it question authority and its sources at every turn. Chickadee, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Because you have a bunch of globalists out there that are going to try to take out 2/3 of the planet's population and hoard the rest for themselves. It's easier to control 2 billion people than it is to 2 or 3 billion than it is to control 8 billion people. All right, they don't want to go out to space. They want to keep the planet for themselves. They want it all for themselves. It's very selfish. That's what's happening. You just got to know how these fucking people think, dude. People, and I'm telling you, I've been around them. They're like that. If I can't have it, then nobody can have it. And that's my biggest concern. Eradicate and remove the Democratic Party in a whole. You'll see. You know what sucks is I'm not really good at like a lot of things, but when it comes to predicting politics, I'm pretty fucking spot on. Better sound the alarm and get a few more months of being farmer funded. That's it. Yep. Yeah, all right there. Pretty nice, man. There's no fellows created big pharma. Yeah. I implore you to watch it. Really graceful on YouTube. It's still there. It's very well done. Destroyed the holistic and just practices from all over the world. And I can go back even further. That the great library of Greece. Was it Greece? Yeah, it was Greece. Just a phenomenal, huge library that had so much information on all over the place, traveling from sea to shining sea to all kinds of seas all over the place. And they were getting a lot of information, and all of a sudden that was taken down. It was taken down or just stolen, all that information. But I implore you to go watch her stuff. It's really good.
Such as the construction of New York City's Rockefeller Center and the founding of the Rockefeller Foundation. Nelson Rockefeller, who served as Vice President of the United States under President Gerald Ford and as Governor of New York, is another notable member of the Rockefeller family. And then, of course, we arrive at American banker David Rockefeller, who held the positions of chairman and CEO and served as chairman of the Chase Manhattan Bank and founder of the Trilateral Commission, which is very similar to the Bilderberg Group, just a different flavor.
Part of the Chatham House, part of World Economic Forum, part of World Health Organization, they're all together. Actually put a dent or a ding or a scratch in that surface because they're pretty strong people. They're still out there. Right? When I said Biden is spending millions to teach Afghans to weave. This is not a joke. This is real. Where Watson.
This place absolutely lives up to being a swamp directly. That if you continued down the path that you were going, that it was going to be a disaster. And we should not be covering that up. I want to talk about a couple of things today. You are our top diplomat. That's not in dispute. Have you been in Afghanistan since any of your staff visited the U.S. Embassy in Afghanistan since that day?
We've had people in Afghanistan. I do not believe they visited the embassy.
Do you know who is currently residing in our embassy?
The embassy is obviously not under our control. We don't have the ability, not being in Afghanistan.
Residing in our embassy since our departure?
No doubt if we do, or in any event, the intelligence community does. And I'm happy to share that as appropriate.
Yet, we are still giving the Taliban tens of billions of dollars to the Taliban or other programs abroad. And this is something that we all need to think about, and we will be thinking about deeply for the next 2 years.
Telling you. What else? That's one of my new favorite memes. My freaking the WEF website. Darn it. I'll take it. I'll do when I get out of here. Woke is pre-orchestrated by the global predator class. This is Simon Gullick. Let's listen, watch. This is the #1 doctor recommended baby formula. That first 5 ingredients are corn syrup, solids. Look at that. Look at that junk. Having mental problems or physical problems, or your daughter that was just born, and you're not at least pumping or using actual breast milk, then just want to let you know. I've heard the stories. Anyway, there's just so much out there. This is what the labels look like on fucking everything. Go buy a loaf of bread. Do you know what it takes to make a loaf of bread? Wheat, yeast, water, maybe butter. But go look at it now. What's in it? It's fucking crazy. Oh. Okay, I'm done. All right, guys, I'm going to say thank you for watching. I've got a bowl of chemicaled laced Cheerios that I picked up, 2 for $5. I wanted to get the deal. I have fucking poisons, but I felt like having Cheerios. Right? A little bit of that crap doesn't hurt you, but when you use it every fucking day, it'll make a difference to your body and your mind. I'm telling you. The only minority destroying the country are the billionaires. Okay. Way to go, Sabby. The propaganda is almost laughable now. Humans may be fueling global warming by breathing. I'm going to leave on that note. What did I say? No other conclusion. Right? And the Demoncrats were a definite tool to help that happen. They were right there. And everybody's like, oh, this is getting really fucked up. So they said, fuck you. See you later. Anyway. Thank you for watching. This is James with Monotalk. Let me see. I'm off for the next week. I'm going to be doing some fucking videos, man. And going to the driving range when it's not freezing outside. Faux show. And spending a lot of time with my grandson and stuff like that. That's going to be cool with my granddaughter. Hanging out with the fam. It's going to be fucking awesome. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to go to the range. I want to go to the range really bad. Really bad. Figure that out. Aloha. Thank you all for being here. Aloha means